Okay, so let's finish off this question, or this sheet, sine law and cosine law practice 2. Here are all your relationships along the top, and we've got 4 questions to work through. Now, you need to read the questions, and the question says to solve for x. On your test, there will be a difference between solving for x and solving the triangle. So make sure that you read it and you understand the differences. These are just single questions. We just need to solve for x. So let's see what we got going on here. This is what I want to solve for. I've got an angle opposite it. I've got another side. I've got another side, but I don't have any other angles. This is a candidate for the cosine law. And so I look at this and I say to myself, am I after an angle or a side for the cosine law? I'm after a side. So the relationship is the side squared equals the other 2 side squareds, subtract 2 times the other 2 sides, cosine the angle opposite the side that I want. And that's it. That's probably the majority of this question. 2 marks for that. Fair enough. And then I'll give you 2 marks for using your calculator right. So I'll give you 4 marks for this question. The next thing I want to see is, let's see, on mine I'm going to do 105 cosine times 145 equals times 110 equals times 2 negative equals plus 145 squared equals plus 110 squared equals all square rooted x equals plus or minus 203.42. Omit the negative because it is a length. So all I need to see now is, and there you go, 4 marks. Fair enough? You don't have to show me anything else. Let the calculator do the work. I do want to see this line. I do. Yes, I hear the moaning and groaning through the computer screen. Tough. I want that in there. There's a difference. There are 2 answers. We know there's 2 answers, but only one makes sense. Okay, next one. So again, this is like a game. I get kind of excited doing these. Do you get excited doing these? I'm looking out. No, my studio audience isn't. Someone was excited. They get bonus marks. All right. So we're a little excited. Look at what we want here. We've got a side and an opposite angle. And then we've got another side and an opposite angle. Oh, I get goosebumps. That's the sine law. Oh my goodness. Isn't that great? And I want a side. So it's going to be x over sine of 60 equals 54 over sine of 40. I'll give you 2 marks for that. Then, let's solve it. Actually, I'll give you 1 mark for that, and I'll give you another mark for this one. So you have a choice. You can do this, and then do this, and get 2 marks, or you can go straight to here if you're that good, and I'll give you 2 marks. Either way, 60 sine times 54 equals, divided by 40 sine equals, x equals approximately 72.75 meters. And this one was centimeters. That was so exciting. Oh my gosh. It's like fun. Come on, isn't this so much better than graph the polynomial and tell me where the rocket was at 3 seconds? Think about this. This is awesome. Okay, next. Let's see what I got. I want an angle, and I got a side. I got a side. I got a side. I have no other angles. This be cosine. But is it cosine for a side or cosine for an angle? Cosine for an angle. So that's a different relationship. It's going to be cosine x equals the other 2 sides squared, subtract the side opposite squared all over 2 times the other 2 sides. You can't tell me this is hard. This is great. This is if you can open your locker, you can do this. All right, so what am I going to do here? 425 squared plus, well, see, yeah, okay, I can do it. I can do it. I'm not afraid. 425 squared plus 375 squared subtract 325 squared equals, that's the top, divided by 2 equals, divided by 425 equals, divided by 375 equals. That's the answer to that stuff. But I want the inverse of that. Second function cosine. I'm going to get angle x equals approximately 47.43 degrees. Now I'm going to check that just to make sure. So 425 squared plus 375 squared equals minus 325 squared equals divided by 2 equals divided by 425 equals divided by 375 equals. That is the decimal, but I want to do the inverse. And I get the same answer, so I was right the first time, and I was right the second time, and there's nothing wrong with checking. Yay! Okay, next. Oh my goodness, it's an angle. It is. Do you see that? It's an angle. Angle. Yes, it is an angle. It's an angle. Okay, so it's an angle, and there's a side. And then I've got another side and another angle. That's going to be the sine law. So, but it's a sine law for an angle. So I'm going to do sine of angle x, or measure sine of angle x, over 5 is going to equal sine of 113 over 11. So I'm going to cross multiply. Sine x is 5 sine 113 over 11. So sine 113 sine times 5 equals, divided by 11 equals. That is the answer to this. I need to do the inverse, second function, sine. And it's going to be approximately 24.73 degrees. Life, ladies and gentlemen, life is grand. All right, so what can you do? You can do this practice sheet on the back. There's answers at the bottom. You do this practice sheet. Answers at the bottom. This is a progress check that you do not have answers to, but you can do them. So you do these and check them with a friend. Oh, maybe you do have answers. Hold on. You do have answers. There's answers on the back. So you can do this progress check with the answer. Oh, not showing it to you. This progress check with the answers, and then stop. I will assign this later on, probably over the weekend. I'll put it up and we'll have it, but right now, stop there, and that's enough, and we will be back during Learning Block 3 with something else.